Sounds like I'm going to a pep rally.
A little bit. I'm not too familiar with this one.
Neither am I, to tell you the truth. Sounds like it would be coming from a decent school. Not the best school, but not the worst school. A decent school.
That sounds like you know where it's coming from to me. What are we doing here?
Alright. Well, welcome to Picks from the Press Box.
Right.
Week 5, season 2019. And I am with my father as my
Allegedly.
guest pick. Allegedly. Since Papa Bozo is out of town. He's in Hawaii having a good time.
Do my best to fill in for him, but it's big shoes.
Nah, you'll be fine. Alright, last week we actually had a surprisingly good week. We both went 9-1. I picked K-State, he picked Oklahoma State, that's the game I lost. He picked Washington State, and I picked Utah, and that's the game he missed. But for the season, that puts us at 34-16 for me, 33-17 for him. Any games that stood out to you last week?
Not really. Which ones? I don't know. Which ones did for you?
Well, Clemson.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, North Carolina
Almost losing to Mac.
We caught the end of that game.
Yeah.
I think it was the right move for Mac to go for 2.
Yeah.
Especially when you're an underdog like that.
Well, if they did go into overtime, there's no way they're gonna win.
Right. So to roll the dice on the one play and see what
Yeah.
happens. It was at Carolina, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's he's had a good start to the season so far.
Yeah, although, well, they've lost to Wake Forest, but apparently they can almost beat Clemson.
Yeah, I think people should be happy there with how they started off. And then last year, I think they were kind of a mess, if I remember right.
Yeah.
By the way, did you say week 5?
Oh, excuse me, week 6.
Yeah, this is week 6, people. I'm just here to fact check here.
Long day.
Okay.
All right, let's get into the picks.
All right.
So ACC, not a very good week in the ACC. We got Vautech and Miami.
This is me. Am I starting off here?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, pretty two Midland ACC teams. In fact, I think the whole conference is pretty Midland outside of Clemson. I haven't seen Virginia Tech play since the first game of the season last year. Miami, I saw play Florida a bit, and they had some dogs up front. Kind of a mess, anything otherwise, but I'll take Miami.
Well, Papa is going to pick Vautech, and I'm going to disagree with him, and I'm going to agree with you, and I'm going to go with Miami. I think Miami is the... well, Vautech lost to Duke 45-10. That's never a good time.
Yeah, when I saw these notes, I had to I did a double take on that one.
But yeah, I just think their quarterback's already thrown 5 picks. It's just not how you want to start the season. So give me Miami at home.
Okay.
All right. The Longhorns travel up to West Virginia.
Yeah, so I think this looks like a pretty rough year for West Virginia. New first-year coach, Neil Brown. I think he's from Troy, if I remember right. And maybe down the road, but what I've seen of them so far is pretty rough, especially defensively. I think Mr. Ellinger will have a pretty good day at the office, and I think the Horns will roll here.
Same. I think Ellinger will have a very big game. And I think Texas's defense could stop West Virginia's offense. I just think West Virginia is going to have a rough year. But in the future, I think we could get to see what they did do better like they did with Dana Holgorsen. Papa is sticking with us, and he's picking Texas.
Okay, we're all together on that one. Okay.
Yes. All right, Big Ten, ABC Game of the Week. Michigan State travels down to Columbus.
And this place they call it the Horseshoe? Did I get that right?
Yes, you do.
Okay. Yeah, Michigan State's been they've been a thorn in the Buckeye side from time to time. And they're also kind of a perplexing team to me because sometimes I get really excited about them because they definitely have some pretty strong defensive performances, which most teams in college football really lack. It's a the ability to stop the ball, and Michigan State's generally pretty strong there. But they couple that with a lot of just atrocious offensive clubs. On the other side, Ohio State's just rolling right now, and just a strong offensive line, always the best receivers in the Big Ten. Fields' kids looks great. I mean, defense has improved from last year. Right now, they look really strong. I don't think this will be a repeat of Michigan State giving Ohio State a hard time. I will be curious, though. I want to see Fields. Should Michigan State give him a little trouble, I want to see him face a little adversity. I'm not holding my breath that it's going to happen this week, but I want to see how he reacts in the first little tough situation. But give me the Buckeyes.
I was reading my notes from the wonderful editor we have, and she said that Michigan State was the last Big Ten team to win at the Shoe, and that is surprising. But
that was 4 years ago.
Yeah.
I hate Ohio State.
I know you do. Ohio State, I do think it's gonna roll. I think it may be a little tough to start out, but I think Ohio State hangs on to Michigan State. I don't think they beat them by whatever they're favored by, 13.
I'll probably play Ohio State and lay the 13 because their offense is just.
Well, yeah, actually, whenever I say that, they always beat them by more than the spread.
They can roll up points pretty quickly there.
And Papa is picking the Buckeyes. All right, Pac-12. This is probably the biggest game for the Pac-12.
That's why we're talking about it, right?
I mean, like, of the year.
Oh, of the year?
Yeah.
Okay, there, big shooter.
Well, I mean, Cal was undefeated.
Okay.
And Oregon's definitely the best team.
All right. So.
Who you got?
Cal, Oregon. So Pac-12 is a conference I don't watch unless I have a bad case of insomnia. Like I did catch some of that crazy Washington State UCLA game.
I was asleep.
I really can't tell you much about either of these clubs. The Oregon coach is from Miami and coached Alabama's offensive line coach. I like teams with good offensive lines. I've been told they're the best offensive line in Pac-12, so I want to see Oregon. I'm picking Oregon.
Yeah, I think Oregon's definitely going to win the Pac-12, and I think that this will be a big test in the road, but I think that they can get past it, so I'm going to take the Ducks here. And Papa agrees. He's taking Oregon. All right, SEC, definitely the biggest game of the week where game day is going. Auburn goes to the Swamp.
Okay, so Auburn, a team we've seen here. We saw them a few weeks ago at Kyle Field.
Yes.
Where they just they flex their muscles defensively.
Yes.
So the defensive line's pretty dominant, especially number 5, Derek Brown. That guy is without question, or I'd be shocked if he's not a top 10 pick next April. Florida, I saw in the Miami game, kind of a mess, and they lost Franks since then. Not that I think Franks was any prize, but I think the road Auburn Tigers get it done once again. Who we talked about this morning have a ridiculous September-October road schedule. Yes. You guys didn't check that out. They recover a little bit, and I think they get Georgia and Alabama at home in November. But
yes,
all their big games in September and October have been or will be on the road.
At Kyle Field, at the Swamp, and then at Baton Rouge.
And they have the Jerry World.
And neutral site.
No advantage of being at home. So.
No, not until November.
So Auburn's my pick there.
Yeah, I think Auburn. I think Florida. I had high hopes coming into the season, but I think they let me down when Franks got hurt, and Auburn looked outstanding against A&M. Nothing I expected. But I think Auburn gets the job done in Gainesville.
Here's a question. Well, Florida, so they're still undefeated, right?
Yes.
So their fans are still very much into it. Will Florida be a more intimidating place for Bo Nix than Kyle Field was? Because A&M already had the loss to Clemson. Swamp might be rocking pretty good for the Gators.
Yeah, especially a 2:30 CBS game.
Mm-hmm.
But
think you can handle it?
I don't know. Papa is also going with the Tigers. A lot of similar picks here.
Okay. All right. So we're all in on Auburn.
Yes, and It's time for lightning round.
Zap!
All right. UCF travels up to Cincinnati.
UCF.
Yeah, I think UCF wins. Papa picked Cincy.
Oh, we know why that is.
Yep.
Buckeye coach there.
Well, that and it's in Ohio school.
It's because of what's his name, Fickle.
Yep. Oklahoma State travels to Lubbock.
Pokes.
Give me the give me the Cowboys, not the Red Raiders.
Pokes, Cowboys. They call them
Okay.
Pokes.
Well,
Cowpokes.
Give me Okie Light.
They do not appreciate that.
I don't care. And Papa agrees. Okie State. Iowa, Michigan.
Iowa.
I think it will be closer than people think, but yes, I do think Iowa will win.
Okay.
And Papa says Iowa also.
All right.
Washington, Stanford.
I guess Washington.
Yeah, I think Washington's definitely going to be the second best team behind Oregon. So I think they roll through Stanford. Stanford having it down here. So give me Washington. Papa picks Washington also. And then Georgia, Tennessee.
Georgia Bulldogs.
Yeah, Bulldogs rolled easily into Knoxville. And Papa picks Georgia. All right, that leads us into our poll question. Last week, the correct answer was University of Virginia, and that was C. Whoever got that right, congratulations. The poll question for this week is, what was the song playing at the start of the video? It was a fight song of one of the teams we talked about, and your answer choices are A, Oklahoma State, B, Stanford, C, Cal, D, West Virginia.
None of those I'm really familiar with, so I like to think I know my fight songs, but anyways.
All right, that wraps it up for the week. I hope that you have a good week 6 and that you enjoy college football. Bye.
Bye.